Hi, my name is Brooke Butterworth. I'm doing a 100 video series where we talk about health and happiness and creating a purposeful life. Today, I wanted to talk about long distance relationships because I am in one, and let me tell you, I've learned a lot. So I wanted to share it with you. First, I wanted to talk about the most important thing. The number one reason why long distance partnerships fail is because they don't have any set time on how long this is going to last. When are you or your partner going to move to the same city that you guys will live in the future? How long is this long distance going to last? What's the plan? Talking this out, having agreed upon time of when that long distance will no longer be long distance, it's going to fix a lot of things that may come up. For example, long distance, it's hard. And if this is going to be your end game, it's important to talk about when it's going to end and when you guys are going to be together. If you don't know that, doubt will start to creep up and your body will start to react. Our bodies are built to protect ourselves and keep us safe, and that includes mentally and emotionally. If you have doubt and if you can't trust someone that's supposed to be your number one person or supporter in life, your brain's going to start to notice that. And this is the number one reason why people break up, because you don't trust your partner. So that trust to be the foundation, which should be the foundation of a relationship, trust and love. You trust that the other person loves you. You trust that the other person is trustworthy. If you guys have that, you're going to have a great foundation. It's going to be a great relationship. And also, you can withstand long distance for longer periods of time because you have that foundation. So it's just the ultimate number one thing. Figure out when you guys are going to be in the same town so that doubt won't creep up. And if you have a lot of doubt in the relationship and in those foundational pieces, it won't be the peaceful relationship that you probably want. If you feel like something's wrong and you're missing this part of the relationship, that might be what is wrong. Next, communication is key. And if you have good communication, there's going to be less arguments. And if you guys are both working on being your best selves, this is hopefully going to be a skill that you guys can grow because of long distance, because you don't have the intimacy of being close physically with each other, and because you can't just go out and go to a fun activity and talk less, you are going to be forced to talk more. So hopefully this is a skill that can grow into a great skill to have in a relationship in general, and in relationships, friendships, family, any relationship, career-wise. Communication is key for a lot of different things. So if you're still working on that, one thing that can help is knowing when you're going to talk to each other. Have a routine and have a communication on a set schedule. Knowing when you guys are going to have dates. And that brings me into the next thing, which is if you guys barely see each other and if you guys are busy, then having intimacy on a schedule may make sense. And of course, it should be free flow within that time period to figure out what you guys actually want in that date time. But setting dates is crucial so that even if you have some sort of career where you don't know how long this long distance is truly going to last, at least you have a date when you are going to see each other again, or even have a FaceTime date. Having those things is crucial because it will make you feel like you can look forward to something together with your partner. The next thing is having set expectations and boundaries. This kind of plays into the first thing, knowing when you guys are going to be together in person again. Having expectations and boundaries is going to help with that communication piece, and it's going to help with the next thing. So knowing expectations, what you guys both expect out of the relationship, having boundaries of what's okay and what's not okay with each other, and being able to express that with your partner is really helpful for these dates as well, because you'll know what each other wants. And you guys, if you are a healthy couple, you will be able to respect that with each other. You're going to respect each other's boundaries. And that's something that might take a while to figure out, like exactly what you want. But it's so worth it. It's so lovely once you do, because you both are just meeting each other's needs. It's healthy, it's happy, it's awesome. Whether you're in person or not, or you're a long distance partnership, it's really helpful to have set timelines for arguments. If you do have a healthy partner, if you're one yourself, this is so helpful because, again, if you have that foundational piece of trust and love, are most likely going to want to meet each other's needs And it does take a while sometimes to truly understand someone, even if you're trying your hardest. This is something that my therapist said, so helpful. Even if you guys are talking for an hour about something very serious, it's going to be helpful to basically know that if you do have to table this and talk about it later, that you have that foundational trust. You trust that your partner has the best intentions, and that you can trust them. And here's the thing, and here's what I totally got wrong with other relationships before this one, and why I shouldn't have been in them in the first place. Deep down, I knew I could not trust their intentions because they didn't have the best intentions. They weren't the person for me. They didn't even think I was the person for them. So if you don't have that, then it's kind of a waste of time, right? So knowing that your partner has the best intentions, that's a way to make these timed arguments work, because you want to have as much time with each other as possible. If you're in a long distance relationship, chances are you have very little time to spend with each other. So knowing that you can have more fun with each other rather than just arguments that last for days, that's so negative, and eventually the negative is going to outweigh the positive, and there's going to be no positivity left, and then you're going to break up. Obviously, we don't want that. So not yelling at each other, talking respectfully to each other leads into my next point, which is having weekly check-ins. Having weekly check-ins, whether you're long distance or in a in-person relationship, is so helpful because you can basically talk about all the serious things that might be hard to talk about, and you can plan what to say. For example, if you don't like the little amount of time that you're spending with your partner, using I statements and then having a clear path for them to help is always going to be better and keep a discussion or weekly check-in from becoming an argument. So here's an example. I miss you. I would love and appreciate if we could have 2 dates a week rather than 1. And I know you're busy, or I know it might be difficult for us to figure this out, but I would love to figure it out with you and find a way we can make that happen. Now, let's say that other person cannot fulfill that for that week, or it might be a while, or they just can't fulfill it in general. Those weekly check-ins are built in time for you guys to figure out problems together as a team. And this is a great chance for you to test, is this relationship worth it? Because a life partner is supposed to be a partner. They're supposed to be your teammate, and this is a great chance to do that. You guys can work on your communication skills, have weekly check-ins, and basically become a partnership where you guys are both giving everything each other wants, so it's great. Next is ways to have fun together. I love watching TV shows with my partner, and it's a great way, because we can't go on dates together, see plays. It's a great way for you guys to connect with each other, laugh about things together, cry with each other, and just have it in a fun thing, a fun setting where you guys can experience something together. And this can be over FaceTime. We do dates over FaceTime all the time. Another thing that might be more active, if you feel like that's too inactive just to sit and watch a TV show, is Switch games. So you guys can play Switch games together and have fun with that, and it's a little bit more active. You guys can experience something together and actually work as a team. It's a great way to experience something with your partner that's really fun. Chances are, if you're like me and you're just texting your partner all day long, sometimes the conversation can grow stale, and you guys can play games together. You guys can have fun together, whether it's a video game or not. There's so many things that you can do with technology these days. Next thing that I find helps is having pictures of them around the house. If I don't focus on the great times we've had, then I'm gonna just start feeling like, oh, I miss them, this sucks. But having pictures where I can see the beautiful trips we've taken together, the amazing experiences that we've had, the life that we've built together so far, even being long distance, it just makes me feel like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait until we have a life in person together. Just imagine how incredible that's gonna be. And we've already had so many great experiences already. The point is, you can build a grateful feeling instead of one of, well, this just sucks. So gratefulness over bitterness is going to be key. And I find that having pictures around that just remind you of how great things have been so far, that's so helpful. Next is going to therapy. So if you're having any cycles of arguments, it takes two people to do that. If one person changes, that cycle's broken. So that's just a great example of why to go to therapy. Otherwise, if you want to grow as a person, and if you want your partner to grow as a person, and thankfully I have an amazing person who we both want to grow together. We both want to become our best selves. We both want to overcome all of the trauma in our past so that that doesn't get thrown onto each other or our future children or our families. And we want to break generational trauma. We want to become our best selves for each other and for ourselves, most importantly. So I go to therapy. I found it's incredibly helpful to have a third person call me out for things, help me become better, see my blind spots. Side note, your partner will see your blind spots. And if you have that foundation of trust, you guys can help each other grow. But this is great because it's not a burden that's, again, put on your partner unfairly, rightly or wrongly. You have this third person who's going to help you see your blind spots, see what could change, what you could do better, and just focus on you, what you can do better, because that fixes so much. Therapy has been great. Feel happier, feel better, not have trauma consciously or subconsciously affecting you all the time, getting out of victim mindsets. If you want to get out of feeling like you need people for feeling happy, this is a great way to do that. I mean, it's helped me with my relationship, with myself, and it's also helped me in my faith, growing my faith. So it's been awesome. Something I also find helpful is being busy, but not just being busy for the sake of being busy. It's being consumed by a passion or a hobby or a craft. And when I'm working on creative projects like filmmaking and photo shoots and modeling and writing scripts, films, plays, I'm not thinking about, oh, I wish I was with my partner. I do wish I was with my partner, but I'm just having fun doing the things I love, and I'm not depending on them for my happiness. Next, hanging out with friends is a great way to feel like you have other people in your life and you're not so lonely. I know how it feels like you don't want to go to parties sometimes, because I certainly feel that way. If you're an introvert especially, like, I just don't want to go. I don't want to go to parties. But if you know there's an event coming up that might be helpful for you not feeling so lonely, or you'll just feel great afterwards, but you don't want to go, take it from me, go. It's going to be awesome. You're going to feel great afterwards. It might be hard to go to. I always feel that, and I'm like about to walk in, I'm like, maybe I should leave. But if you know it's going to be worth it, just go and you'll feel great afterwards. Along the same lines, statistics and studies on spirituality have shown that going to church services or religious service decreases stress, and it also increases life expectancy in years. So it's crazy. Along those same lines is volunteering. And if you have a pet, or if you have something where you're helping someone else, those things have all been shown to help give you life purpose. Anything that takes you out of yourself, takes burdens off your partner for what you need from them to feel satisfied, or maybe unnecessary burdens that you've been putting on them. Anything that helps you come out of yourself and not just focus on your own needs and wants, that is going to help your relationship as a result, because you're going to be a whole person, more whole person, happier. And I made a whole video on how to be happiest and healthiest. Go check it out. Like any relationship, trust is the foundation, and all of these things can help make it a lot easier until you guys are back in the same town again. Stay mainstay. I'll see you in the future.